5, it's time for Keller at Large this Sunday, which is today a deep dive into a pair of issues on Beacon Hill.
The opening of the Encore Boston Casino and the huge cost to overhaul the MBTA. Here's Jon Keller.
Well, good morning. Oh, man, is it getting busy up on Beacon Hill as we enter the heat of budget season and so forth. And it's a perfect time for us to do what we like to do from time to time. Check in on what's going on and kind of take a deep dive on Beacon Hill with two expert reporters who cover Beacon Hill on a daily basis. From the State House News Service, Katie Lannan and Matt Murphy. Welcome to both of you.
Morning, Thanks, John.
Good for being here. Thank you for being here, I should say. So we're 5 weeks away now from the scheduled opening of the new Encore Casino in Everett. And as we tape this conversation late this past week, the brass at Wynn Resorts were considering an appeal of portions of the penalty they received from the State Gaming Commission for all the corporate transgressions during the licensing process. CEO Matt Maddox is also publicly speculating about pushing back the opening date. What is going on here?
Well, that's a good question, John. We're really kind of in uncharted territory here. It's only the second full-scale casino in the state and the first to face all this legal intrigue and the sexual assault allegations involved against Steve Wynn. Yeah. And, you know, one thing we do know for sure is that there's a lot of jobs on the line and people who are eagerly watching for that piece of the puzzle to come into place as the casino goes ahead with what looks like preparations for opening, but we still have this kind of cloud of the fine they need to pay and the conditions and potential legal appeals hanging overhead.
Well, go ahead, Matt.
Well, you mentioned the possible delay that Matt Maddox was talking about, and I think you're referring to that conference call with corporate, the earnings call, sure. And he suggested that while the June 23rd target date is still in place, perhaps they would push it off a few weeks maybe. They want to get everything perfect. We don't know if that's about hiring, making sure that they're all staffed up, fully trained, ready to go, so that everything looks perfect, or if perhaps they're eyeing an appeal. And when we thought this was done with the Gaming Commission report and the fine and the ruling, perhaps they have another decision that they're going to have to face of what to do, whether or not to give them that final permit to open the doors if this is under appeal. Because
Maddox has said that they're okay, they'll pay the fine, but they're concerned about, I believe the word he used was secondary issues. And, you know, the Gaming Commission's decision included the requirement that Encore allow a commission-appointed overseer to essentially monitor their finances and all their operations for a period of at least 3 years. That's unprecedented in the casino business, and my sources are saying that's the real sticking point. Now, Governor Baker was eager when he was sitting here a couple of weeks ago to distance himself from the whole mess. Oh, it's up to the MGC, which is chaired by his own hand-picked appointee, his former deputy legal counsel. Does Beacon Hill have the commission's back if this dispute boils over?
I mean, I think at this point what we've seen is they're very content to kind of leave this in the Gaming Commission's lap. I don't think they really want to touch this at this point, and probably won't unless they get forced to.
Yeah, I think it's worth noting, too, that the state budget that the House has passed and the Senate will be debating in just a few days counts on revenue from Encore. There's $300 million almost in casino and gaming revenues in there, and that includes money from this yet to open Everett Casino.
In the meantime, we've got to take our break, but in the meantime, the monthly revenue reports came out from the MGC. MGM Springfield is down 15% over last month. Plain Ridge down another 12%.
They both had a good March, but things have kind of tailored off a bit.
Right, and once Everett opens, oh man, as Ross Perot once said, you're going to hear a giant sucking sound, but that's a matter for another time. All right, we'll take that break, and we'll continue our conversation about what's going on up on Beacon Hill with our guests in a moment. Please stay with us.